Welcome to China News, your ultimate source for mind-blowing insights into the fascinating world of the Chinese economy. Today, we have some shocking news that the mainstream Western media has conveniently overlooked. Prepare to have your mind blown as we delve into the seismic financial shifts happening across the globe. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to ponder the state of the American media. While they obsess over trivial matters like the indictment of Donald Trump, a far more significant event is unfolding right before our eyes. The world is undergoing a tectonic shift in the global financial order, and it's high time we shed light on it. Let's start with the remarkable developments in Africa. For centuries, the vibrant and resource-rich continent has been tethered to the dominance of the United States dollar. But that's changing rapidly. In a bold move, Kenyan President William Samoy Rutu recently declared that Kenya would shift away from trading in the US dollar and embrace local currencies. The standing ovation he received from his passionate speech was a clear testament to Africa's collective desire for economic independence. And that's not all. More African nations are joining the movement, embracing regional integration and reducing their reliance on external currencies. The era of African countries bidding farewell to the US dollar and embracing a new chapter of self-reliance has arrived. Just picture the recent conference in St. Petersburg, Russia, where over 20 African nations gathered and delivered a resounding message: no more American dollar, enough is enough. This powerful statement signals the crumbling of the unipolar order dominated by the United States. So, why is Africa making this bold shift? Centuries of exploitation and manipulation by Western powers have left their mark. But Africa is no longer content with being exploited. It is seeking alternative options and forging new partnerships. Enter Russia and China, two nations that are perceived as trusted partners offering Africa a path towards autonomy and economic prosperity. It's important to reflect on history and confront some uncomfortable truths. The West has a long track record of manipulating African governments to further their own interests. Take the tragic case of Patrice Lumumba, the first Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, who was assassinated for daring to demand that Congo's minerals be used for the benefit of his own people. Such instances of exploitation are far too common, but Africa is finally taking a stand. Africa is no longer willing to be taken advantage of. It is actively seeking alternative options and forging new partnerships with countries that offer fair deals. The BRICS nations, including Russia and China, are opening doors for Africa, providing financing and infrastructure development opportunities. Africa now has a say in its own future and is exercising its newfound power. Now let's shift our focus to another significant development: Chile. This resource-rich country is making waves by nationalizing its lithium production, seizing control from Western governments that have long sought to exploit it. This bold move has sent the price of lithium skyrocketing, and Chile is following Africa's lead in asserting its sovereignty and distancing itself from Western dominance. What we are witnessing is a tug-of-war between East and West that extends far beyond the realm of currencies. Countries worldwide are reevaluating their bargaining power and questioning why they should sell their precious resources for a pittance in exchange for American protection. The demand for natural resources is skyrocketing, and nations are now seeking fairer deals that benefit their own economies. In the midst of this global shift, there's an exciting opportunity for investors. One company that stands out is Lithium One Metals. For centuries, Africa has endured the dominance and exploitation of Western powers. But now, something extraordinary is happening. African nations are awakening to their collective strength and embracing regional integration, determined to reduce their reliance on external currencies, particularly the almighty US dollar. Yes, you heard it right. Africa is bidding farewell to the greenback and demanding autonomy. In recent times, we witnessed a game-changing democracy summit in Zambia, where Western-led forces aimed to curtail cooperation between Africa and powerhouse nations like China and Russia. But the African nations have grown weary of being dictated to about their friends and partners. They refuse to let external forces topple their governments or assassinate their leaders for their own selfish gains. The call for autonomy is resounding. And here's where the shocking truth reveals itself. The West, led by the United States, has a history of meddling in African affairs to exploit its vast resources. Take, for example, the tragic case of Patrice Lumumba, the visionary leader of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Lumumba was elected on a platform that championed the rights of Congo to control its own minerals and commodities. He bravely confronted the West, declaring, "We are no longer your monkeys." However, his audacity to assert Congo's sovereignty didn't sit well with Western powers. They disregarded his pleas for assistance and instead aided in his assassination. It was a grim reminder of how the West has historically interfered in African nations to maintain their grip on resources and control. The United States, along with Belgian forces occupying Congo's mines, orchestrated Lumumba's demise, paving the way for a puppet government. This is just one example among countless others in Egypt, Somalia, Sudan, and beyond. Is it any wonder then that the unipolar order dominated by the West is crumbling? The bullies are being challenged by those they once oppressed. Africa is witnessing a significant shift in international support, gravitating towards China and Russia, whom they perceive as trusted partners. The desire to maintain sovereignty over their own minerals and resources is now a priority. Powerful Zambian politician named Hakainde Hichilema has expressed Africa's weariness of exploitation. The continent has learned from its painful history and seeks alternatives. With Africa being a hub for natural resources, it has always been a target for the West. But now, Africa has multiple options, and it no longer needs to succumb to unfair deals from Western countries. The BRICS nations, led by China and Russia, are extending a helping hand, providing financing, infrastructure development, and a brighter future for Africa. But the biggest lightning bolt of change reverberates from the nation of Chile. Nestled atop a mountain of resources, particularly lithium, which powers rechargeable batteries and fuels the vehicles of the future, Chile has decided to take control. The government has nationalized its lithium production, effectively removing it from the grasp of Western governments seeking to exploit it. As a result, the price of lithium has skyrocketed. Chile's bold move mirrors Africa's determination to reclaim control over its resources. The tug of war between the East and the West has intensified. No longer is it a simple choice of aligning with the United States due to the absence of other players. Now, there are multiple players and multiple choices to consider. Countries worldwide are growing tired of selling their valuable minerals at low prices in exchange for American protection. The deglobalization resource commodities wars are underway, and the dynamics are shifting. The East is rising, and the West is feeling the pressure. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the thrilling landscape of the Chinese economy and unravel the fascinating stories that shape our global financial order. In the past, countries were lured into exploitative deals where they sold their valuable minerals at rock-bottom prices in exchange for protection from Western powers. But now, a game-changing transformation is underway. Nations have a choice: to stay with the same old players who have assassinated their leaders and manipulated their resources, or to explore a new alternative. And guess what? They're opting for the alternative, driven by their desire to break free from historical exploitation. As countries seek independence and fair deals, the demand for lithium, a critical resource powering the world's rechargeable batteries, is skyrocketing. That's where our sponsor, Lithium One Metals, comes into the picture. With Chile nationalizing its lithium production, North America is scrambling to secure its own lithium sources. Lithium One Metals has a promising lithium project in Quebec, which is rapidly becoming a prime hub for lithium mining in North America. The recent passing of the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States, despite its questionable effectiveness, has allocated billions of dollars to green energy companies. These funds aim to boost the installation of solar batteries, charging stations, and other components of the green energy infrastructure. As part of their strategy, Canada is collaborating with friendly nations like the United States to develop supply chains. Consequently, American companies are now showing great interest in investing in Ontario's mining sector to secure crucial minerals like lithium. Currently, there is only one lithium mine in the United States, and preparations are underway for Lithium One Metals to start drilling in one of Quebec's lithium-rich regions. The timing couldn't be better, as countries worldwide are reassessing their bargaining power and protecting their natural resources. This surge in demand is driving up the price of lithium. Just take a look at the 50% spike in prices following Chile's nationalization. What sets Lithium One Metals apart is not only the potential for significant upside if their drilling results are outstanding, but also the exceptional executive team behind the company. led by a CEO who has previously taken a gold discovery from a $10 million market capped to $200 million. Lithium-1 Metals holds tremendous promise. With a current market cap of $10 million, history could very well repeat itself under the guidance of this experienced team. Moreover, the automotive industry giants such as Volkswagen, Ford, and Tesla are making strategic investments in lithium mining companies. The entire supply chain for lithium is disrupted, making the prospect of Lithium-1 Metals hitting a lithium deposit in their drilling program even more intriguing. Who knows, one of these automotive giants might consider acquiring a stake in the company. At just 34 cents a share, Lithium-1 Metals presents an exciting investment opportunity. As the company embarks on its drilling program and prepares to announce results, now is the time to conduct your due diligence. Remember, the ticker symbol is LOMAF, and for trading this stock, you'll need a reliable brokerage like E-Trade or TD Ameritrade. Stay tuned as we eagerly await the drilling results and witness the journey of Lithium-1 Metals unfold. The world is changing, and there are incredible opportunities for those who dare to seize them. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like. See you next time at China News.